Have you ever spent 2 hours creating an Instagram carousel only for it to get 37 likes, no followers, and absolutely zero results? If so, you're not alone. One of the biggest mistakes I see creators make every day is thinking their problem is design. They think if they had better fonts, better graphics, better colors, or better Canva skills, their content would magically perform better. But after helping hundreds of creators inside of the Creator Passport, I've found that's almost never the real issue. In fact, some of the highest performing carousels we've ever seen were honestly pretty ugly, and some of the prettiest carousels I've ever seen completely flopped, because what actually matters isn't creating prettier content, it's creating better content faster and more consistently. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact Canva Pro tools we use to create better Instagram carousels in less time. And make sure you stick around till the end, because I'm going to be showing you the biggest carousel mistake I see creators making that kill their engagement before they even hit publish. So with that, let's go ahead and jump in. Tool number 1, Brand Kit. Let's start with the mistake that almost every beginner creator makes. Every time they open Canva, they reinvent the wheel. Different fonts, different colors, different layouts, different branding. And what ends up happening is their account looks like 5 different people are running it. One day it's minimalist. The next day it's colorful. The next day it's dark mode. There's no consistency. And consistency is what matters. When someone lands on your Instagram profile, they should instantly recognize your content. Think about brands like Nike or Apple or creators like Mr. Beast. They all have a recognizable style. Inside Canva Pro, the Brand Kit allows you to save your fonts, colors, logos, and brand assets all in one place. Now every carousel starts from the same foundation. Here's the best part. Not only does it make your content look more professional, it also saves you an incredible amount of time, because instead of making design decisions every single post, you've already made them once. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest time-saving hacks on this entire list. Tool number 2 is saved Carousel Templates. Quick question. How many times have you redesigned a carousel cover from scratch? If you're like most people that we coach, way too many. Most successful creators aren't designing brand new carousels every day. They're using systems. I'm sure you've heard me say that word a bajillion times. Inside our business, we have a handful of carousel templates that we use over and over and over again. A cover slide, a content slide, a case study slide maybe, a call to action slide, and that's it. Every time we create a new carousel, we're simply swapping out content. We're not redesigning the entire thing, because your audience doesn't care if every carousel looks completely different. They care about the information inside it. The less time you spend designing it, the more time you can spend creating good content. And that brings us to the next tool. Tool number 3 is Canva AI. Now, before anyone starts typing angry comments, no, I'm not telling you to let AI replace your creativity. I'm telling you to stop staring at a blank screen for 30 minutes. One of our favorite ways to use Canva AI is for idea generation. Let's say I wanted to create a carousel about why creators struggle to grow on Instagram. I would post that on the Creator Passport. Instead of brainstorming from scratch, I can ask Canva AI for hook ideas, carousel outlines, content angles, maybe even a headline variation. And within seconds, I have multiple directions I can work from. Would I publish those ideas exactly as Canva gives them? Absolutely not. But here's what I've learned after coaching a lot of other creators. A blank page can be intimidating. A rough draft is easy to improve. The goal isn't to let AI create your content. The goal is to eliminate blank page syndrome, which I know we've all been there before. Now, if you want to take that one step further, the next tool is honestly kind of ridiculous. So tool number 4 is Carousel Studio. This tool honestly feels like you're kind of cheating. If you've never used Carousel Studio before, it's one of the coolest Canva apps for content creators. Let's say I want to create a carousel called Why Most Creators Stay Stuck Under 10,000 Followers. I can enter that prompt into Carousel Studio, click generate, and within seconds, it builds an entire carousel structure for me. The cover slide, content slide, call to action slides, everything. Now, would I publish that exactly as is? Kind of like the last step? No. And honestly, neither should you. But could it save 20 to 30 minutes? Absolutely. And that's kind of the point of it. We're not trying to automate your expertise. We're trying to automate repetitive work, because the faster you can create content, the more content you can publish. And consistency is one of the biggest advantages you can have as a creator. Now, before we move on, I need to tell you something super important. None of these Canva tools matter if your carousel doesn't have a strong hook. Seriously, like, I don't care how beautiful your carousel is, if nobody stops scrolling, nobody is reading it. Nobody's scrolling to the second, third, fourth slide. So before you worry about design, I want you to ask yourself, would I stop scrolling for this? That's the question that matters. Tool number 5. Background remover. One thing I see creators doing all the time is hiding behind their content. If you're trying to build a personal brand, that is a mistake. We're not trying to be a faceless account. People connect with people, not graphics, not fonts, not Canva templates. People. That's why I love Canva background remover, because with one click, you can take a normal photo and instantly turn it into a more dynamic element inside of your Instagram carousel. Now, your audience sees your face, and the more people see you, the more familiar you become. All right, tool number 6, frames. If you're giving advice, you need proof. And one of the easiest ways to increase your credibility is by showing simple screenshots. Screenshots of people asking for an outfit, screenshots of you in a specific area, screenshots of maybe like brand deals that you've done in the past. Canva Frames makes that incredibly easy. Instead of awkwardly dropping like screenshots into a design, Frame allows everything to look organized and super professional. One screenshot can sometimes be more powerful than 20 paragraphs. Don't just tell people to buy your product or to buy your digital guide. You need to show them, and proof is going to be one of the best ways to do that. So simple screenshots using the frame tool in Canva is one of our favorite ways to do this on our business. Tool number 7, Magic Resize. This might be the highest ROI feature in Canva. Most people create one piece of content and post it one time, and then they move on. But the smartest thing you can do is squeeze every ounce of value from every content piece. So with Magic Resize, you can take one carousel and instantly convert it into Instagram stories, pins. If you're on LinkedIn, you can do that, Facebook content, and more. So instead of creating 5 different pieces of content inside of Canva, you can just create one and you can distribute it multiple different ways. Once again, we are all about working smarter, not harder. All right, tool number 8, position and spacing. Now, let's talk about one of the most underrated features on this list, position and spacing. Most people can't explain why one carousel looks professional and another looks amateur. Usually it's not the fonts or the colors, usually it's spacing. When your text and graphics and images are evenly spaced, everything immediately feels cleaner, more organized and professional, and Canva makes it so ridiculously easy. All you have to do is simply select your elements, click position, and use the spacing tools. It's one of those tiny details that makes a massive difference. Now, here's the biggest mistake. Creators spend 90% of their time designing and 10% of their time writing, when it should be the exact opposite, because your audience isn't following you because your shade of blue is better than somebody else's shade of blue. They're following because of the value, the story, the lessons, the transformation that you've had. Write the content first, then design it around it. If you're serious about growing on Instagram, attracting brand deals, turning content creation into a real business, we created something completely free for you. It's called our 5-day creator success training. Inside, we'll show you how to grow an audience faster, how to create content that actually converts into followers, and build multiple streams of income as a creator. And if you like access, all you have to do is scan the QR code right over here in order to get it completely free. And if you found this video helpful, YouTube also thinks you're gonna enjoy this video right over here. So with that, we'll see you in the next one.